Welcome back, guys, to the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where last episode we visited the forensics laboratory and after a little poking around met Courtney Scythe before her daughter appeared, brandishing implements of dismemberment leading to us beating our retreat to the prison and a meeting with our client once again. There we learned more of Zieks and Drebber, getting the engineer's card before heading back to the Crystal Tower, where we check in with Inspector Lestrade about what the police know. More to the point, about the engineer's whereabouts. So Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck. He's really funny looking, got two eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. Heterochromia. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing, the old devil's got it. Sorry, who? You know, that Scowling Reaper was always glugging down glass of that blood-red plonk. Ah, Lord Van Zieks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than a detective's trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all. What about Toby the dog? Your new little puppy. Why did you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Odo. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mutt, alright. Toby's... how do they put it? Oh, yeah. A bona fide detective. Sorry? I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarments they're being freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. You're never getting washing duties. Not that I don't think you already have. Yeah. Ah, that's nothing compared to this little fellow, Odo. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby has got a good whiff of your drawers, he could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Odo, there's going to be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in future. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days, they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out on the street. There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. And that's all our conversation with Gina at this point in time. No actual good stuff given. Well, I guess we could explore some more, though to be honest, a lot of the place we've already kind of examined, but it's more about the experiment stage, isn't it? Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it in such close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Miss Susato? Oh yes, when I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams had been shattered like this. Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Ouch, I'm a bad person. Maybe. Just a little. These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. So, is there anything here that's new? Or more to the point, is anything that we can actually look at now? Oh my! So this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went to in order to obtain the research grant. No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that. You'd never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. We are used to our grand deceptions after all. Oh look, is that Lord Van Zieks? So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Miss Susato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think. We have permission to be here, from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel wheel. Well, I guess the first thing to do is to examine specifically you. But let's not do that. Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device. Isn't it amazing? That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. Makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had just been a normal horn, none of this would have happened. That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say, nothing ever goes to plan, aren't you? Oh no, I would never say something like that. However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those Tamari handballs floating in the sky. You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here. Sorry, the feelings of wanting to ride in one and wanting never to set foot in one are fighting it out inside me. If you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage. I don't think I'd notice. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging. I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way. I mean, nothing's forcing me to go up there, surely. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have buckled and twisted in the blast. And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, that metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there? But can I actually check out the floor? Because I can't touch things after all. This wasn't here yesterday. No, it was not. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the birdcage. According to what Professor Harebrain said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been in an explosion and then falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the body inside it. No, that's right. Also, why sadly? That'd be weird. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. We've taken the whole birdcage. Sure, we're lugging that around with us now. The wooden cage was used for Professor Harebrain's experiment. This cage with a victim inside crushed down into the crystal tower. remarkably intact. This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage... Wait, why was there a bit that didn't have a tick on it that time? Skip. Yes, it's good. I'm sure, like, it had a bit... Oh, no, it's because the ticks blended in a bit with the side and it was going off the edge. Don't mind me. I'm not dumb. La, la, la. And Zieks, hello. Least approachable man in the world, winner 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistant stand firm behind you. Lord Van Zieks. What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Ah, well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you've managed to disturb me. Never mind. Stay to your business, then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Zieks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. So, yeah, randomly about your brother. So, Clint was the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Zieks. You Nipponese, I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it is a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zieks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? It's something funny. That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry, there's more to it then? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. Are you going to tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zieks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tospells Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month I feature in one of the displays there, for public scorn. Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place, and held for ransom. A particular waxwork? Which... Wait, you mean... Yes, it's the Professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. I was unaware of that. He's turned as white as a sheet. Which really isn't much of a change in his pallor, I'd say. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Surely that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but, we'd very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine. Why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Though it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? What is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. The photograph of Drebber has been entered into the court record. Seems that's all we're getting from him, though. Oh. Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zieks' apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too. Lord Van Zieks, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why? Kazuma-sama! Kazuma. I don't believe it. Your posture, your presence. It can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? Wait! Too late. What's going on here? Yeah, your apprentice, by the way? It got storage cell, yeah? What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. Well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. He has amnesia? Tomorrow, he will appear in court at my side. What? He's to serve as my judicial assistant, on Lord Strongheart's orders. He'll be in court with us? Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. When Susato-san called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. When she called out Kazuma-sama. You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, yesterday in fact, at Lord Van Zieks' office. I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak to him about that. You're going to have to leave now. A forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affairs problems. Well, we could do without that. All right, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Miss Susato. Of course. Anything more to speak to you about, Gina? Oh. Well, okay, that's came up again, but that might just be because it just keeps coming up again. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. So that's going to become free every time, is it? That's weird. I'm going to show the puppy again. Almost seems like a weirdly bugged bit of the game, doesn't it? Just because, of course, you probably need to go to Male Strongheart first. So whenever we open up that menu, it's probably going to switch that. Anyway, faster. Faster. So if I go out and then converse again. Okay, no, it happened that time, but it stopped not happening again. That's really weird, because that was the exact same dialogue. Nothing new was there. So, we need to speak to Sholmes. Sholmes is probably not a suite. Of course, he's probably further onwards at Madame Tospells. So let's make it to the last stop on our list when you think about it. Even from the top, except then we skip to the bottom. Madame Tospells, here we come. Oh my, no wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I like to turn on my heels to go straight home, via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets. I can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere. That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the Waxwork. Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. Wait, is he really not here? Wait, he's really not here? Is he in the bath? Okay, maybe Sholmes has gone homes. I don't know. There might be something I'm actually straight up missing at this point in time. Well, we can look at what we've recently got. The cage and the photograph of Drebber. We could probably try to pry some more information from things. Ah, look here, Miss Susato. Oh, yes. The wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a height? Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down into the crystal tower below. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters, leaving the man inside tragically dead. Okay, we managed to update that. Causing damage to its base. The very bottom isn't something that's interested to be seen then. Nor the strapping or anything like that. Just the brake. And there's our lovely photo, eh? That's something to do with his card. I guess we could look like Goldstown. Maybe we can get some context clues from this kind of stuff. Well, let's go ask someone who knows about those things. The only person who really does. First of all, Professor Airbrain, what do you make of this? Oh yes, that's just what we need to prove my hypothesis, isn't it? Okay, this is useless. No, it's nothing to do with your hypothesis, actually. Then take it away. I don't want to be bothered with anything that doesn't assist my science. All right, keep your abundant hair on. Professor Airbrain, what do you make of this? So no, absolutely nothing from then as well. Oh, this is the first time we've actually been, like, stuck for a bit. I have no clue what to do. If Sholmes... Where would Sholmes be then? I don't know. We gotta present something to someone most likely to move on. Okay. Let's step back a bit. We've had conversations with people. We got a finishing statement with Van Zieks, pretty much. Is he gonna switch again? Nope. Okay. You'd have already seen this because it was in the prosecutor's things, but you've not seen this. Could this be useful? About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning me letters at the moment. I only know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble. Ah, actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is a very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say. Let's have a whiff, then. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No. We didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right. You mean Toby. Oh, God. Of course, dog and scent. So I came to Gina on the basis of the fact that I had closing kind of like talking chats with everyone. Except for Gina, we just moved on from it. So it seemed to me that she was probably something we had to present. So I just presented something that might be a lead, possibly. And it was more of a lead for a thing on a lead. Or a thing that maybe should be on a lead, because it might just run off in a second. Woof, indeed. The sense of smell is so good, he can trap people over the oceans, can he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. We're going to track a workshop. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby can lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. All right, then. We'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. What? Wait, when did you want to pickpocket? If I can lead everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh, yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. I mean, you'll definitely be promoted in Iris's works. And this is what we wanted, the fade to black screen. All right then, Odo. Leave it to me. Sorry. We're going to get going after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh, well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. To be honest, there's two guys right there. One of them could move over. Ready, Toby? Got that all set, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. I do hope the scent of that oil leads him to that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. Oh, it's me. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then. Do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. We ought to find him at Madame Tospells. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. And so now we can hit Madame Tospells. A little bit in the wrong order. Something undone. Got to get that fade to black screen right before we move on. So, Madame Tospells, where is Sholmes now? Here we are again, at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't got used to the place yet. I still like to turn on my heels and go straight home. By the confectionery, of course. Susato really is after something sweet today, isn't she? Ah! What's the matter? Look, Mr. Naruhodo, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. Looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry, I think you'll find... That's the temporary waxwork himself. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Ah, yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties. Alors, do not disturb, eh? Poor Susato-san. She looks very perplexed. So by the look of it, it's time for me to prod him a little bit. And Susato may be, guess a little bit of a shock. We will see next time on the Great Ace Attorney to Resolve, where with a few hiccups, you could say, we're presenting of evidence. This episode, we hope things go a bit smoother as we wonder what this mystery was. How has it been solved? Has it been completely resolved, considering it was a kind of a hostage situation of a waxwork? Regarding, like, bribery, money, extortion, yada yada? Has all of that been solved? Find out next time. I'll see you guys then for more. Bye-bye.